What is up, my manifestors? Michael here, and this is another advice from the sheets. Ooh, I hope your week has been amazing. I hope you guys have been crushing it, doing awesome, living your best life, as they say. But ultimately, I hope you manifest everything you want. I hope you're getting what you want in this life and living it. That's why God put us here. God put us on this giant sandbox of a video game, this simulation, to really live and have fun and enjoy our life. So I want to make sure that you manifest everything that you want. If you haven't already, make sure to click the link below and get the course on Patreon. It teaches you how to manifest everything you want. I manifest everything from money, opportunities, relationships, so on, and even this awesome tan I have. But ultimately, guys, today's topic is about focus. Focus is super important. Focus is the building block of manifestation, because whatever you focus on, you magnify. If you focus on that thing, you magnify it. And the cool thing about magnification is multiplication. Whenever you magnify something, you multiply that thing. And that even includes speed. When you focus on something, you actually have a compound effect of creating that thing, materializing that thing, and building that thing even faster. Yeah, that's right. Whenever you focus on something, you're actually going to get that thing even faster than someone who's not focused on it as much. Now, this is kind of contrary, because you don't want to obsess over it so much where you're focusing on it so hard, you end up not manifesting. You do a reversal and you're focusing on it till you start worrying about it. Oh, is this going to happen? But you want to focus on it enough to where you're focusing on it confidently. And as you're doing that, you're building momentum, you're creating traction, and then you're even doing physical things. So you're not just thinking about it, okay, cool, but because you're on that topic in your mind, you start becoming that thing more often. Like, you think that. So you have to see it as this, guys. Let's say that you're focusing on it, and then you declare it and speak it. Let's say you're made of vibrations, right? So if you're vibrating something out of your mouth, you vibrate your chin and your jaw to say that thing, and then all of a sudden you vibrate all that. Let's say success or money or wealth, or maybe you want a certain career or something like that. You vibrate that enough time, you eventually become that thing in a sense. Like, whatever you say, you eventually become. Whatever you say, like, oh man, I feel sick, or blah, 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 blah. You vibrate that enough that you actually become that thing that you're speaking out. Very insane, very crazy. But on the other hand, if you're focused on something so much, this is my goal, this is my task, you're always saying it, it's always coming out of your mouth, you're always, in a sense, vibrating that thing, you're always speaking it out, your body receives that, your body becomes that thing, and then you start doing those things naturally. Now, the main point I want to hit today is not being distracted. This is the crazy part, because whenever you're focused, you create momentum, and you multiply your speed, and you're able to collapse time. That's right. Like, whenever you go and you're headed down a direction, you increase speed. It's almost like gravity. As you fall, like, your speed's multiplied as you fall down. You fall faster and faster and faster. As you focus, you go faster and faster, faster toward your goal, or materializing it and manifesting it. But if your focus is broken, you halt the car, you hit on the brakes, you stop that momentum, even if it's just a small little distraction. Let's say that you're focusing on something, and then your cell phone beeps, rings, buzzes, whatever it does, and you take your mind off what you were just thinking about. The momentum that you were generating in your mind is now put to a halt. It's stopped because you had to go check your cell phone. You had to go see your notifications. You had to go do this. So literally what's that like? It's like you're sitting in a room, and the moment you're distracted, it's like you get up, walk down the hallway, and go to the other room. So now for you to go back to focusing, you have to realign yourself, build back up, walk back down the hallway, and then sit down, and then start building from there again. Every time you break your focus, you lose your momentum. You actually put yourself in a whole other room. And to get back to the other room, you have to walk down a hallway. What am I saying? Ultimately, I'm saying this: if we can choose to stay focused, if we can notice when we're getting distracted, if we can understand that everything is trying to distract us, but the undistracted mind is the mind that can do anything. There's nothing impossible for the mind that's undistracted, because thoughts build upon thoughts, and one leads to another, and in a direction, you have unlimited possibilities. That's how people fly. That's how we go to space, because a thought was formed upon another thought, and it progressed with momentum until it eventually became something. Once was nothing, now is something. Now we actually send people to space. Now we're sending things outside of our solar system, blasting it off. But if we're distracted, if we're even looking for distractions, because most people actually are today, most people are looking for something to be distracted. They want to watch stuff on YouTube for the sake of watching on YouTube. I say that when you watch this, guys, make sure that you take notes. Make sure that if you hear what I'm saying and this resonates with you, take some notes on it. Watch the video over again. That's why I say in the course, guys, you might have to hear this 20 different times before it becomes who you are. I don't want you to take the course to use the tools. I want you to take the course so you become that thing. I want you to become the manifestors. That's why I say, what's up, my manifestors? Because I want you guys to be manifestors. I don't want you to use tools and tricks on manifesting. I want you to become so divine that the thing you just think and desire comes to your life, because that's who you are. That's just what you do. You don't even try anymore, in a sense. But ultimately, to do that, you have to stay focused. You can't allow your mind to slip to the left or the right. Catch yourself looking for distractions. Do focus exercises. This is one that I do. I'll put a timer on my phone and I'll set it for 5 or 6 minutes, however long I want to go. As you get better at this, you can build up to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long. And I'll have something in my room and I'll focus on it. Maybe it's a light, a lamp, or something on my counter, and I'll focus on that thing the entire time the clock's going. So let's say that it's a pen. I'm focusing on a pen on my desk. The clock's going, boom, it's counting down right now. I'm looking at the pen, all I'm thinking about is pen, 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 pen. And every time my mind will try to wander, I'll just bring it back. And your mind will try to wander. But as long as you do this exercise, you start catching your mind wandering, and you'll start observing yourself outside of yourself, and you'll be able to throw yourself back into position. You'll be like, no, 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 pen. No, 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 pen. No, 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 pen. And you'll line yourself up. You'll have silly thoughts. You'll be looking at the pen. You'll be like, oh, I wonder where that pen's been. Ben, Big Ben. Man, I want to go see Big Ben. I would love to go to London one day. You know what? I really don't travel enough. And you were literally just focusing on a pen, and in literally 3 seconds, you're thinking, I don't travel enough. A mind that's like that will never get anything done. A mind like that that's so spontaneous, and trust me, I'm very free-spirited. I'm very free-willed. And I'm not going to say anything's impossible, but usually a mind like that does not generate the true life that it's wanted. It's always lacking because it does not put enough energy and focus into the thing it truly wants, because one, the mind's not fortified. It's open. It's very open, and that means energy is just spewing out from it. That means the mind's so open there, and there's cracks. Imagine if you had some kind of bucket and there's a bunch of cracks in it. Well, if you put water in it, like, the water won't all leak out at once, but it's going to go through that crack, and eventually it'll be drained. Well, it's the same thing with your focus energy. Like, if you're not putting all your energy into your focus goals, like, let's say, famous soccer players like David Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo, like just all the famous people, football players, basketball players, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, just people like that. They literally put all of their focus into that one thing, and they become great. They manifested it. Now, yeah, they did physical work, but they put their focus all into that one thing. And they didn't have cracks in there. They weren't thinking, oh yeah, and this, 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 and this. The people who think like that are the people who usually never get anything done. They spin their wheels. They're exhausted at the end of the day, but haven't accomplished anything. But the person who has no cracks, who has a disciplined mind, who can whip their mind back on track and whip it into shape, that's the person who succeeds. That's the person who collapses time and get what others may take a week to get, a month to get, a year to get. They may get it in a day, a couple days, and maybe even, a week, what may take some other people a year to get, because their power and their attention magnify that thing, which gave them a multiplication of speed and momentum. It collapsed time for them and then materialized it faster. So anyway, that's the advice from the sheets today. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Make sure that if you haven't already, click like and subscribe, notification bell, so that way when this information comes out, I want to make sure you get it so you can have the tools, but yet you become the tools, and then you are the manifestors. So guys, if you haven't already, also make sure to get the course. It's down below. It's in the link. It's patreon.com/Michael the Manifester. It's super, super affordable. I made it at a good price for you guys. That way you can get it. I want you guys to chew on this stuff, gnaw on this stuff, and just become this. I want you to be able to become the manifester, to manifest everything you've ever wanted in your life. So that way life is easy. Because remember what I said in the beginning of this video. God put you here on this sandbox so you can have fun. God put you here on this planet so you can enjoy life. And if anybody tells you, no, you need to be cooped up or throw yourself in a cave or do all this other stuff, like, don't listen to them. Like God sent you here to be free, to live life, to love others, to experience life. If God didn't want you to experience life, it would have made you without nerves and senses and emotions. It would have made you dull and a robot. But yet you're here to experience and enjoy the world. So go out there and do it and manifest everything you ever want. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all soon.